Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is another review for Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 4, Episode 14, Old Atlanta, New Tricks. We're at Martell's wine tasting event. Martell came out there coming to America with his fur, with his faux fur, whatever it was, across the shoulder. Anyway, Marceau around there introducing himself to all the single women. Hi, I'm Marceau. Hi, what's your name? I'm Marceau. Hi, what's your name? I'm Marceau. He just introducing himself to everybody, all the ladies. Oh, let me put my ring on. My ring in my pocket. One girl was like, yeah, you don't want to get in trouble? Yeah. Put that damn ring on, Marceau. He love to make sure the cameras get this kind of stuff because it's all a game. It is all a game to him. Anyway, it's time for Martell to do his speech. And Martell been drinking on the wine that is 13.5% alcohol. Listen, I be at the place checking all the bottles, making sure. Let me see where it's at. 13.5. Okay, we can go and put that in the cart. 11. Put that back. 13.5. We can put that. We can put that in the cart. So going on and do that. I with Martell's wine though, I don't like that I can see through it. It's giving juice. It's giving Minute Maid juice by the look of it. Like I don't want to see through the wine. I don't want it to look watered down. You know. Anyway, he gets up there to do his speech. He's not really good with the words. He should have prepared. Like you giving a whole wine tasting. It's named after your grandmother. There should be a speech behind this. And so you should have prepared. But he did not prepare. And he got up there stumbling. You know, fumbling over his words and everything. He calls the boys, you know, the rest of the cast members up there with him, I guess, for some support. And his Uncle Sam is there as well. Uncle Sam's sitting in the audience looking like, cause Martell talking about some, yeah. I mean, you know, I did this shit good. I got my shit. You got, you know, get you some shit. Everybody need to own their shit. Everybody need to get their shit. Cause you know, this was my grandma. Inez is my grandma, and yeah, we got this shit. Ownership. It's about ownership. Get your shit. Uncle Sam was in the audience like, fuck is going on here? You know, we see him talking to his wife and everything. What was that, man? Like, that's my mama, man. That's my mama. Auntie say, yeah, he had a little bit to drink. You know how that. No, that's my mama. That's all he got for my mama. Uncle Sam was upset about that thing. And I understand, honestly, because the least you could do is have something to say about the woman, you know, the reason why we've named this bottle Inez. Like, it's her. You named it after her. You should have a lot more to say about her. Her son should have been up there to talk about her. At least, you know. Martell wasn't thinking though. So like charge it to his head and not his heart. Cause I know it's because he was drunk that he didn't think clearly enough to realize that, first of all, you up here cussing us out, you know. You got my mama name attached to this. No. They step outside because Uncle Sam, you know, goes out there, and Martell goes out there after him, you know, and asking him what's going on. You know, what's going on, Uncle Sam? Uncle Sam starts to tell him, and he gonna whisper in his ear, don't do that. Don't do that. You're on national television. Don't ever do that to me on national television. Uncle Sam was looking at him like, what? Talking about he was going to embarrass himself. Uncle Sam say, no. You got it, bro. You got it, man. You got it. You got it, man. Uncle Sam was kind of cute, too. Hey, Uncle Sam. Anyway, Uncle Sam say he getting on up out of there. He ain't got time for this. He don't want it. Listen, I'm out. I'm out. Do your thing. Handle your business. I'm out of here. You disrespecting my mama. That's my mama, man. That's my mama. And Martell gonna say, he gonna tell him to have some respect. Anyway, Uncle Sam just wasn't with it, okay? And every time the cameras would try to get closer, Martell didn't want the cameras to hear, or he didn't want the cameras to come around. Them cameras was peeping behind stairwells and everything. We was going to get the footage. Martell. So, the hell with all that. The hell with all that. Inside, the guys, you know, they're looking for him to take a group picture, and they start talking about what's going on between Martell and Uncle Sam as well. You know, Maurice is devil's advocate. So he on Martell's side. Meanwhile, Louis and Marceau, they understand. They like, well, it was his mama. You know, I feel like I think he wanted to be up there as well. They get it. They get it. And I also get both sides. I don't think Martell was thinking about it. I really think that it was just one of those things where he was absent-minded. And Uncle Sam, you ain't got to be this mad. I know it was disrespectful. I know it's your mama. Honor my mama, especially with something like this. And you're on national television. Don't play with my mama. I get it, Uncle Sam. I get it. Outside the parties, they still talking. Martell getting cussed out. And again, he trying to keep the cameras at bay, but we can hear it. And we getting subtitles. And then he over there talking about some, no, Martell over there posturing. Nigga, you know who I am? Whatever. You heard what Uncle Sam said. You heard what he said. You heard what he said. Anyway, the guys, they're headed back to Huntsville. Martell had on a full-on suit. I'm like, you finna get on a Sprinter in a suit? I don't know where he was going when they got back, but Louis had to leave early. He had an emergency in the family, and so he left early. Come to find out, Louis had a death in the family. I'm not sure if it was on his side or her side, but they have to go to Birmingham, to attend the services. We're at the Whitlow's house, and Tiffany, she wants to know how the trip went, of course. All the women want to know. How did this trip go? I'm going to just sum that up. How did this trip go? Louis's story is, it was fun. It was fun. It was eventful. He doesn't really give too much, bro code, I guess. Tiffany want details also. What y'all do? Where'd y'all go? What was y'all doing? Where was y'all going at? Louis, somebody was a focus group. He talks about them commercials, and she's like, oh, what were your ideas? It's not really coming to my mind right now. Can't really, I don't know what I can't really remember. Yeah, okay, Louis. All right, Louis. Then he tells her about, raging. What you had to rage about, of course, his sexual frustration. She's like, excuse me, what now? Is it that serious? Like, you raging about it? I feel like we could have had a whole conversation before you started raging about it. She feels like he works just as much as she works. You getting it. I don't understand why you feeling like it's not enough, because in her mind, she does put out enough, and so she's not really understanding what he's talking about and why he's coming at her like this. But though that's how he feels. That is exactly how he feels. She thinks that, it's kind of starting to feel like a transaction, and she don't like it. But to me, it sounded like she's making excuses to not want to sleep with her husband, and I feel like that's what it is. She just don't want to. I don't think that she's attracted to him sexually at the moment. Like, I really feel like it's a task. And that's not a good place to be in. Over there at Kimmy and Maurice's house, they're having the same conversation. As an Aquarius, I I understood everything she said when she said she likes her alone time. It was kind of like a treat for her. You was gone. Listen, everybody was gone out the house. I was happy. I'm with it. I love my alone time. Love it, love it, love it. I will not waver on that, and I have to have my alone time. You're gonna have at least 3, 4, 5 times a day. I have to step away to just be alone. So I get all of that. But anyway, they have their conversation about everything. Over at Marceau and Tisha's house, Tisha got her wine ready. She ready to hear about the trip as well. How was it? Marceau tells her that Melnika, is the one that put it all together. She knows Melnika from a previous engagement that they had. He tells her about the strippers. Kimmy also finds out about the strippers. Kimmy want to know, well, did you touch the strippers? Was there any physical touch? He's like, physical how? Maurice. Semantics with him. Listen, bottom line, did you put your hands, body, anything on another woman? And he gonna say, well, physically, yes. I mean, just to tap her on the shoulder to say, I need another drink, or, I kept the fun going. I bet. I bet that's what you did. Marcel and Tisha talk about the Whitlows, and because they each share, both Maurice and Marcel, they share about the rage room experience. Maurice don't really share what he raged about, but he gonna share what Louis raged about. And they're talking about that situation, and Marcel is like, he ain't finna be in no sexless marriage, and Tisha looking at him like, what that supposed to mean? Don't be trying to drop little hints at me. She doesn't even believe it's a sexless marriage. She feels like right now they're just, every marriage comes to a place, to it's kind of like a stalemate, kind of like, you might not be on the same page. He might be the one that wants it more than you, or vice versa. Every marriage gets to that place. So she doesn't feel like Tiffany's not putting out. She know for a fact the girl putting out, but might not be enough for Louis, because he feels Louis is out here acting like he deprived. Over at Maurice and Kimmy's house, they're still talking about Tiffany and Louis. And Maurice's take on it is that married people just don't have a lot of sex. That's just the way it is. Girlfriends have more sex. And Kimmy's like, because they're wooed. Like, you whining and dining your girlfriend. Your wife ain't getting all that. You got to date your spouse. People are not dating anymore. And listen, my husband and I make it a point to date one another, to flirt like we are boyfriend and girlfriend. Because it is not finna get stale around here, we too early in the game anyway. We haven't even been married 10 years. We've been together over 10 years, but married, we've only been married 7 years, 6 years. I'm counting 7 years because this is the 7th year. But yeah, so I get that. Listen, I understand. I understand all of that. I understand what Maurice is trying to say, the message he's trying to convey, but you getting more sex out of your girlfriend because most times there are no children involved. All of that ain't there. All of those aspects of being a wife and mom are not there. And so, yeah, you're going to get what you get. It's going to have to be scheduled, sex dates. It's going to have to be that kind of thing because your girlfriend, don't have all of that going on. Anyway, enough about that. Tisha, she go and drop by Dr. Francis' office. It's been a while since she's seen him, but she goes to see Dr. Francis, and she tells him that she's still struggling to answer the question, about, who is she? How does Tisha perceive herself? She's still working on that. She shares with him that Marceau went to Africa, and he was like, you was okay with that? So he went to Tanzania. You was good with that? And she said she was good with that. It was a last minute decision of his, and he's very last minute. And he like, nah, it might have been a last minute. He might have told you last minute, but he ain't thought about it last minute. There's a difference, which is true. He definitely had been planning and thinking about going to Africa without your ass a long time before he dropped it on you. Yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna be going to Africa. That's essentially how that went. Tisha's gonna always make excuses for Marceau. In any instance, she's gonna make excuses for him. She's gonna always, stand up for him or remain a united front. Dr. Francis says that there's a dependency issue there. He knows that he can just drop anything on you at any time, last minute or not, and you're gonna do it, or you're gonna be okay with it. You're gonna roll with it. He knows that about you, which is why he does that. He invites her to a couples retreat. He and his wife do this couples retreat, and he wants her and her friends, her other couple friends, to join them on the trip. She says she gonna let them know she's all in. She don't know about the rest of the group, but she gonna talk to Marceau about it. Martell is grilling. I want to say he was at his house. His mama was at his house, but anyway, Mama says she heard about, Uncle Sam getting upset and all of that. Martell feels like Uncle Sam, needed to conduct himself differently. And it's like, whatever. Talking about he need next time, or in the event that there is a next time, he could definitely stand to conduct himself a little bit more respectfully. It's like, so you done made him the bad guy. No, we ain't about to make him the bad guy. Mama got her brother back because that's her brother. She's like, now that's our mama. I probably would have felt the way too. You done named it after my mama. A little bit more could have been said about her, So I get that. Mama understands. He gonna say that's my grandmother too. Yeah, that's your grandmother, but that's his mama. Don't even think that the two go hand in hand, or no, it ain't the same. It is not the same, which is why, like, most people, because like I be telling telling mine, don't you mistreat my parents. That's my mama and my daddy. You the grandchild, but that's my mama and my daddy. So don't be talking to them any kind of way. My mama and my daddy, and I ain't having it. So I understand that, definitely. Anyway, he wants to have another tasting in Huntsville so that close family, can come in, and hopefully, in that time, he's going to go into great detail about Mama Inez. Sir, you should have did that in Atlanta. Don't save it for the family. Don't save it for them. They know about Inez and what she's done and who she is. It's the strangers you want to share her story with. Kimmy and Melody have lunch, and Kimmy tells her about the guys being back from their guys trip, and immediately Melody starts projecting her insecurities and fears and all of that. So you didn't think nothing when your husband said he was going on a trip with Martell? I trust my husband, Melody. Kimmy, like, I don't know what it is with Melody, but she think everybody a cheater. Everybody's not cheating, girl. That was your situation. I need her to understand that too. Girl, please don't do that. Don't project your fears on me. I don't want to hear that. My husband done came and went on the trip, and here you come after the fact. You didn't think nothing when they said they was going with him? Like, so now you want me to be sitting here with my wheels turning like, did they cheat? Did he cheat on me? Like, no, Melody, no. Anyway, Kimmy shares, that Uncle Sam, first, I think they talk about Uncle Sam. They talk about Uncle Sam. And, Melody, she knew about the wine, but she didn't know that there was a tasting or nothing like that. She didn't really know. She don't really know too much else about it. But she shares with her, how Uncle Sam felt. First, she says it was an uncle. And then Melody already pinpoints, oh, that sounds like Uncle Sam. Was it Uncle Sam? It was Uncle Sam, Melody. But anyway, Uncle Sam, was there, and, he felt the way about Martell's speech, and Melody, of course, she understands. I mean, that's understandable. That was his mama, so she gets it. Melody asked who the event planner was, and she tells her it was Melnika, and she's like, oh, I know Melnika. She was my wedding planner. She quit a week before the wedding, a week or two before the wedding. And of course they're like, well, what was that about? So apparently they was on a 3-way call. And Melnika just dragged Martell, you be cheating. You asking me about my assistant in my office. Like, she quit. I guess she's saying, I'm not about to be planning a wedding with this girl, and I know you cheating on her. That's good girl code. But anyway, I think Melody really feels like Melnika want Martell for himself. I'm of that belief as well. But I guess we're going to get to that later. Mel said she was 22 when she got married. Child, 22. Oh, girl, no. No. I was a senior in college. Yeah. I'm like, I graduated when I was 23. So, I think I was 23. I don't remember how old I was, y'all. Anyway. She was young when she got married, but she went on ahead and married a man even after that conversation. But whatever. I guess she was completely oblivious at the time, because she says that at 22, hearing that now as a 36-year-old woman, like, why did I let that slide? I don't know, girl. But that was your red flag, and you did not adhere. You did not take heed or none of that. That's the end, guys. It's where we end. So be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll call you later. Bye.